right, let's see what's going on. I guess we on. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a great pleasure to have you here. Now, again, if this is your first time, salute. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have you here. So I go by the name of Lespri. I am a spiritual healer. And essentially, as a spiritual healer, what I do pretty much is I help people to become mentally and emotionally balanced. And the idea of me helping you to become mentally and emotionally balanced is just so that you can attain your highest level of self consciousness. So when we're talking about self consciousness, what I'm talking about here, we're talking about your inner vision, your ability or capability to look at yourself from different multi-dimensional awareness of reality. Okay, I felt like I just said a whole lot. But essentially what I'm trying to say, when you're talking about consciousness, what you're saying is how you're looking at yourself. And to be conscious, what I'm talking about here is not just to be or to have some level of awareness or maybe to utilize your intellect. What I'm referring here is the ability of looking at yourself from different angles. So now you're conscious of your intellect, your emotion, and the other reason why I mentioned even, that's why, the idea of you becoming in alignment with, using your emotions and your intellect or your mental, it's just to, so now you can see yourself from different angles, perfectly from different angles. Because when you become one sided, or when you're triggered, or when you, let's just say, you are too emotional or emotional, right? And we normally use this to pretty much state that you are too emotional, meaning you're not balanced with your intellect. So when that happens, you're not going to see things from different angles because you're looking at it or you're being too emotional. You don't get to really see it from your mental or your intellect perspective. That's why if you feel fucked up, you're not gonna, be in the best state of mind. You're not gonna think better. You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm depressed, I'm not gonna come up with the best ideas ever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or even to be in a position to make the best decision. It is what it is. That's why they would tell you, you don't want to act like when you're mad or come back to it. Give yourself a break. What this is showing here is that you're not in harmony, but most importantly, I mean, well, that harmony is that alignment. That's why it's important, for you to become in alignment, mentally and emotionally balanced, for you to see the bigger picture or to look at it from different angles. That's why I always tell, excuse me, that's why I tell people like this is all about your inner vision because we get to understand our reality better. Just like you see how they tell you, for you to think, critically, you got to be critical. Well, that critical aspect of you, that's that enlightenment. That's that inner vision. That's why not everybody is critical, so therefore they're not going to think critically. It's almost like there's some awareness that you got to have. It's like you got to have a better inner vision, that a better perspective of what you're looking at. That's how the knowing who you are will set you free. But now, attending your, to become self-conscious, that's what you're dealing with. But again, you can't get there without, being in alignment with yourself. Because as you're becoming more conscious of you, it's almost like you become the witness of what's taking place. You understand your intellect, you understand your emotions, you understand your physical self, you have a better connection, and you are in better harmony with other forces around you. Just like for me, as I become more conscious, I relate more to nature. I could see, like, I could understand. A lot of us say it, you reap what you sow, but when you're looking at nature too, that's what's taking place. So because of me, and looking at myself beyond just the physical self, that consciousness. Now I could identify, I could see, nature's behavior or forces into my life. In fact, that's what we call metaphysics. You reap what you sow. Those are what's taking place, let's just say in nature or in agriculture. Doesn't really matter. But what I'm trying to get you to see, that level of consciousness, that acknowledgement, that inner vision. Now that gives me a better sight to reality, and that's pretty much why I'm here too. And that's the type of sight that I'm giving you here. Come on, baby. Oh shit! I want some bull. Hey, it is what it is. Again, it's another way of me to welcome you here. Do you hear me? With families, what I'm saying? With family over here, baby. This is for each one, teach one. This is nothing but love, man. Nothing else but that. I don't want to know anything else, bro. I refuse. I refuse. You know what I'm saying? That's that good hospitality. That's that. You know what I'm saying? It's that part. That's what you're gonna get here. You know what I'm saying? It's your medicine, baby. Come get your medicine. Hey, welcome, man. Welcome. And I'm shit. Obviously, I'm very happy and excited. But anyway, let's go back to, for you to understand now consciousness, what that is. Now, in the midst of that, you have like the what we call spiritual, religious figures like Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, any one of these motherfuckers, Osiris, whoever the fuck you want to name, right? All they represent with that same understanding of inner vision I was telling you, now they represent that highest level of realization of you knowing with having a better inner vision, you know what I'm saying? Now, to the pure, all becomes pure. Oh, listen, you're looking good out here, baby. You found your beauty. All you do is for love. Look at you. Again, it was another moment I had to think for myself, guys. I do apologize. From time to time, everything's gonna be yours, but I just gotta get mine. That's all I'm saying. So, what I'm saying? Please bear with me, especially if this is your first time. So bear with me. Fuck with me. You already here. And as well, right? Listen, if you're gonna spend some time with me, let's have a good time. Mhm. How can you lose when you could have a good time and still getting your medicine? Anyway, now Jesus, Muhammad, it's a depiction of anybody who have attained their highest level of inner or have gained their highest level of inner sight. That's what that is. And that's why you're here. Now, if we want to be dramatic, that's what it means for you to come back home. That's what it means for you to reconnect. Because what you're doing is getting to know your essence. That's why this is inner understanding. And by the way, which is what the meaning when you're dealing with the occult, with what you call esoteric knowledge, that's what you're dealing with. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. I need you to understand what you're dealing with, man. Stranger, do you know where you are? Be careful out here, man. A lot of people didn't. They just didn't care. They were not careful. Mm. You are not careful. Anyway, so now that that's what that is. Now going back to so when we talking about, let's just say, or when I'm talking about, me helping you to become emotionally balanced. So what does that mean? What am I talking about here? Okay, so when I'm talking about for you to become emotionally balanced or helping you to become emotionally balanced, what we're doing here is pretty much helping you to, first of all, to identify, to acknowledge your emotions. You want to acknowledge your emotion, nigga. You're not a bitch. Okay. We all got feelings, dog. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not weak. No, no, no. You're not gay. It doesn't make you any of that. We all got our feelings, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? Like if I were to use touch you up, I mean blood's gonna come out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I bleed like you bleed, nigga. The fuck? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So now you got to understand that about your emotions. You see what I'm saying? Then you have to understand what your emotions. What are your emotions? You're dealing with those are energies, messages. You know what I'm saying? Forces, however you like to call it, but it's something active in you, right? And then now you have to understand or create your own emotional pattern. You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes you get mad. I mean, these are real forces or real shit that's taking place within you. That's how you feel it. We all feel it. That's how you may even react or act a certain way because it's in you. I mean, all that shit is active. Yeah, your emotions is real, dog. You are not a bitch. You are not a bitch. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? Now, even if you wearing a skirt, you're still not a bitch. All right, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. But I want you to get the point, though. Oh, y'all gonna love this. I'm loving this so far. I hope you are. I hope you too. You know, but hey, I think I'll do it for both of us. We'll be on the safe side. I love you so much that I love me and love you at the same time. No, but for real, like, I try to keep it real with these bitches. You know what I'm saying? I love them. They don't even know. I understand. I understand. I'm wild. I'm wild. Oh man, Thursday night. Going back to now, understanding what it's, for you to become emotionally balanced, you have to acknowledge these different things about you. And when people, generally speaking, are not emotionally balanced, that's when they're being triggered. When you say certain words or whatever the fuck they see, that's because they're not emotionally in touch. There's no harmony. They're not emotionally balanced. You see what I'm trying to tell you? So now, and because you're not emotionally balanced, and guess what happens? You don't see the best. It's like when someone is toxic, they generally don't know it. That's why if you tell somebody they're toxic, while they're toxic, they're like, "What the fuck?" They probably call you toxic. I've had toxic people calling me toxic. I mean, I was gonna say make it make sense, but it does make sense for me already. But I mean, again, your inner vision is not even developed enough for you to see yourself. That's why people who truly see, when you become conscious, you need to look at it from different angle. And the reason being, because now, if you emotionally restrain, you don't get to make the best decision. So now it is in your interest to look at it from different angle. But that different angle that I'm referring to, again, is the harmony, the ma'at, what I'm saying, between, or the alignment. But going back to the subject at hand here, I guess the biggest thing that I'm also saying too, it's like, hell, I don't even think you guys are ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Listen, it's like I tapped into something as I was talking to you guys. It's like I'm internalizing that shit. It's it's crazy. Bear with me. Give me a second, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's the beauty also in being in harmony too. I mean, it's. Oh man. Anyway, so now that's why when you emotionally balance, you get to see things from different perspectives. To be conscious is to acknowledge those different components about you. In the occult, they tell you some of the basic shit you would learn is that you have a conscious mind, you have a subconscious mind. The idea of that is to help you to become more aware of different aspects of yourself. That's where, coming back home comes in. That's where, you seeking the kingdom. I mean, you got to seek the kingdom of God. That's when you got to go that inner route. I mean, that's what the shit is about. And that's what consciousness is about. And that's the yin and the yin. That's polarity. You know what I'm saying? That's a higher level of looking at things, or of it's become. it's becoming the gold, and then now you could see gold even in trash, and that's what a being a mental quality is, or even being a quality. That's what you need to strive for. But anyway, now in addition to that, now the same baseline understanding of everything we mentioned here can also be applied for your mental. Because for you to be mentally balanced, you got to understand how your mind works. Then now you also would have to be a little more conscious of the daily activities and how things are impacting on your mind. Meaning you have to understand how are you being trained to think. It's almost like you got to see the good and the bad in you. You got to see your strength and your weakness in you. The minute you can't do that, I mean, you don't know who you are. You're not even in the fight. I mean, you're not even invited at this point. And this is the type of party where you're not invited, nigga. This is VIP only. And that's the wedding. That's you and the Christ coming together. Only the invited, you know what I'm saying, the VIPs will be let in. I don't give a fuck how much you pay, but you're not VIP, baby. Anytime you're dealing with inner knowledge or esoteric knowledge, referring, it's all about, you'll see in a lot of those sacred texts, they use hermetic. There's always something hidden. What all of that is referring to, again, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but, it's just talking about your nature, helping you to tap into or to become more conscious or developing or expanding your inner vision about you. That's why, and I'll talk about that later, but I figured I'll just shit, fuck it. That's why you are a spirit, and spirituality is about you. Anyway, going back to your mental now, it's important. That's why, okay, you got to now identify what could be some of the things that can have an impact on how I see life or on my inner vision? Well, that's going to be your culture. That's also going to be your rank or your how you look at society. So ultimately, that's what your level of consciousness is. That's why it doesn't matter how much you see, but it's how are you looking at it? Are you looking at it from one angle, or are you looking at it from all angles? That's what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? Pimping. That's how you do it. It's all about how you do it, baby. I'm gonna tell Jordan, tell you, man. That's how we do it. It's all about how you do it. So how are you doing it? But anyway, for you to become, excuse me, mentally balanced, that's what you have to take all of these things into account. And as you're doing so, technically, you are increasing your inner vision, meaning your outer reality at the same time, or you have the ability now to, again, to what I was saying before, to understand the nature or to see the multidimensional reality or the multidimensional awareness of realities. I feel like this is a movie, man. I'm the good and the bad guy. Nigga, I do my own movies. I'm the producer, the actor, like the fucking director. Like this is the movie for me. I get to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally behind the screen. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna do what I do. Oh man, I feel like I look good doing it. I'm like, hey, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, becoming mentally balanced, it's crucial, and those two have to become together too. Let's just say, because I was already talking about if you're too emotional. Now, on the flip side of it, if you're too intellectual or you're too mental, you don't acknowledge a certain quality in things. You only look at the outer of shit. And life is it's a combination of both, bro. Then because now you become too logical, very mental, then you don't take certain people's feeling into consideration. Life happens, motherfucker. You know what you call luck or those little things in between. You know what I'm saying? There's an in between, motherfucker. But if you're too rigid, too robotic, you're gonna miss out on that. So therefore, you don't see it from all angles. Again, it's either you're looking at it from one or two angles, or you're looking at it from all angles. Oh, I hope you get it, man. Take it with you. That's for you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's the type of shit. Yo, that's yours. Build on it. Understand it. Dissect it. Digest it. Get your medicine, baby. You know what I'm saying? I know it may be gross. You got it. I'm your spiritual healer, motherfucker. Fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers? You don't think I know what I'm doing? No, shit. I stage everything. This is my creation. What the fuck do you think this is? This is my creation. All of it. Listen, man. I'm the director, the actor, you know, the producer. I'm all these motherfuckers. I'm a one man army. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Or I'm a dangerous motherfucker. You pick. Just know where you are, stranger. Of course you gotta love me, man. Where else would you go? I mean, is there any life without me? So I got it. I get you. You know, man. I mean, of course you gotta stop me, man. What the fuck else? I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? In terms of me being the light. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stare at it. And even if you don't, he'll be staring at you. And you're gonna feel it too. The wave of the light, that's your radiance. That's your energy when we step into this dimension. That's why we speak without even speaking. We fight without even fighting. Get your blessings, man. You know what I'm saying? Come from the house, man. I would just feel in a certain way. Like I always tell people, man, sometimes you gotta let a nigga know. Oh, you gotta express yourself. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. And that's what love is all about too, man. To open up and stay open. When the minute you start to close off, that's when the toxicity it's just it's out of control. And it's taking over you and you don't even realize it. But anyway, so essentially, you know, that's what it is. To become mentally and emotionally balanced, it's the purpose. It's for you to attain or become that Christ-like, the Krishna-like. And obviously, what I'm doing here is help you to see it in you. That's why because the Tibetans, they say, they talk about the wisdom, the mirror of wisdom. Oh, I love the lingo, man. I love all that shit. With these mysterious motherfuckers. I must be mysterious myself. I don't know, but I love this shit. What you want me to say? I do. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, if you're coming back, niggas, come on now. My shit. How many times am I gonna say this? This is all for you. Even the very beginning was for you. Even when I said the ones that came in, I mean, for the first time, I mean, it was also you too. Do you get it? I am for you. Otherwise, why the fuck would you come back? It's all right, baby. I'm for you. Just your medicine. You're doing great. It's working out for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see that. Of course, come on now. This is home. But I'm always gonna make a scene for you because hey, that's how much I fuck with you. Not to say I'm a little bit dramatic myself. But hey, I love that. What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? What you want me to do? That's how I fuck with me. That's how this is me embracing myself. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, fuck with me. It's a little contagious, isn't it? Isn't it not? Yeah, come on, baby. That's what we do here. Come on, man. Listen. If you know, then you know. This is for you. So again, you know what I'm saying? Stop it, man. Don't make me go there. Literally, motherfuckers. I'm begging you not to make me go there. Because I will go there. So you may want to watch how you talking to me, or you better understand what's taking place here. All right. So I want you to be, come on now. You know better, you do better. This is for you. Welcome home. You know, shit. Hey, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. That's all it is. I don't see why not. If I'm gonna talk about it, okay. I mean, shit coming out of my mouth. I mean, but anyway. So now, niggas, come on, stop playing. So, guys, as part of my routine, if this is your first time, As a spiritual healer, I like to talk a little bit about spirituality because spirituality, as I was talking about that mirror, it's pretty much the understanding or the knowledge that I hold, I'm saying, to help you to see yourself through what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I'm getting so much downloads, man. This shit's crazy. Spirit's fucking me up right now. You know what I'm saying? Some shit it's like I know I can't talk about it. But anyway, let's oh, I don't know. Or I could be tapping into you motherfuckers too. Who knows? Baby, baby. So I always take a second to talk about spirituality because again, it's th- that's the tool, right? So again, it's you, man. I feel like I don't even need to talk about it. It's you. And I've been talking about you in so many different ways from your emotional perspective, from your mental perspective, and all of that is describing your essence. So spirituality, that's what that is. Then now I did mention about the occult. I talked about those sacred texts, those esoteric knowledge, it's helping you to understand, what's taking place inwardly. That's why now you understand you have a third eye. Can you see it? No. But it's right here. Can you feel it? Yes. We're helping you to understand you are more than what you appear to be. That's what seeing the truth is. And when we're talking about a lie, it's not like it's necessarily a lie, but it's not the truth. That's why, you don't blame this world. That's why you don't say fuck humanity, because humanity got nothing to do with it. When you're looking at a mirror, do you say fuck the mirror, or do you say, if you say I love myself when you look at the mirror, are you saying you love the mirror or you love yourself? The mirror doesn't even exist. I want you to let that marinate. That's how knowing thyself sets you free. In other words, but again, that's where, my dramatic side always kicks in because I love how things are being said, especially when it's said a certain way that does a certain things to me. You see what I'm saying? And one of those things are like you have to learn how to be that blind man reading the scripture. When you see those blind man touching the shit, there's a level of consciousness. He's going beyond what he sees. Now he's looking for the messages behind what what it may or may not look like. That's why even when you have your sight, meaning you're not physically in this physical, I mean, realm, that you may not be blind physically, but you're gonna be blind it doesn't mean anything. That's why this world although we see things from the outside too, but the best way to look at it and understand what's taking place in the outside is for you to go inside. And that's the truth that you need to know and live by and allow it to grow, and you grow with that truth in you. You know that truth, you live it. You live the truth. The truth is you, and you are that truth. It's when you got back home. That's when you know who you are. Motherfucking spirituality, dog. However, and I'll say this just to say it quick, due to ignorance, Most people don't even see it as even part of them. First of all, they don't even see the spirit in them. Meaning, when they look at who they are, they only look at their races, their fucking like who they are on the external part. And if that's how you're looking at yourself, then you have a one-sided perspective of you. Then it's never going to be the best perspective. And you're living in a reality that only allows you to see it from one perspective, which is you being that physical self. It's like, even though we experience it, we hear it, many people are talking about it, but for us, death is just a hard stop. And then you cry such a bad thing because that feeling that you had, that resentment, because how come you love that person is not around again, and I'll be talking about that too, but I'm planting the seed. Keep that in mind. Dealing with your inner child. Let that grow. But anyway, going back to pretty much you only see you from a limited perspective. And that limited perspective create a separation. You don't have a well balanced perspective, meaning you only look at if you're a man or a woman as just your physical self. Whereas in life, and that's where the occult now comes in, to give you the knowledge to understand, my friend, there's another aspect of you. That's why, and in addition to your conscious mind, you also have a subconscious mind. In addition to your outs to your physical self, you also have an inner self, your personalities, all of these things you have to take into account, not just the physical aspect of yourself, your character, your level of understanding, how you see life, your perspective. Those are your responsibilities. That's why when you reconnect again, it's self mastery, because the idea of you to reconnect with yourself is to have the best understanding, but most importantly, self mastery. Best, like self mastery. We're just gonna leave it at that. So again, out of ignorance, we don't know who we are, and because of that, if anybody were to talk about spirituality, it's like it's what the fuck. It's okay. I mean, that's cool. Cool. You know what I'm saying? That shit going like cool. And it is cool because I mean shit. It sounds good, but you don't know it. I mean, but you're not gonna criticize it either. It's outside of you. Come on now, niggas. Yo, this is all by design. I'm just helping you to see it and you. That's where me being or holding that mirror of wisdom comes in. How do I look? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You might want to take a look again. If you're not convinced, take a look again. You're not being charged for it, baby. You feel me? You know what I mean? But anyway, so again, just to summarize, spirituality is just you, man. You, of course, not just the physical you, of course, it would be the you, seeing beyond the veil, your true essence, who you are. That's it. Now, let's get into because lately, and here's something else too. Now let's talk about like the self esteem because pretty much lately in my past recording, guys, I've been pretty much heavy on helping people to reconnect with who they are, but more on a psychological aspect, right? Because ultimately, how you see yourself is how you're gonna act. Like I was saying, like if you think money's everything, then you'll do everything for money. That's just the way it goes. There's no way if you don't think money's everything, you're gonna do anything for it. So I help you. I mean, I'm just hoping at this point, help you to get a little bit of self mastery here because either way, it's happening. Now the difference will be as you becoming conscious. Now you able to observe it. You understand what's taking place. In other words, you become conscious of it. That's the point. That's the goal. That's why we're here. You feel me? All right, you guys could take a second, all right? Saying smoke your shit, you know what I mean? If you gotta reload, this is the time for it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you guys, see, that's why I had that right there. Stay ready so I don't have to get ready. You feel me? You heard? That's what we're doing here, man. You know what I'm saying? We stay ready. We rock steady. You saying we keep on rocking, baby. You know what I'm saying? We never stop rocking. You heard? I want you to see it from different angles, nigga. Oh my God, this is such a beautiful world, man. Listen, everything's created by me. I get all the credits. You know what I'm saying? Because I explore all of those different personalities, the energies, how it's being projected, the different angles. Oh, listen, you gotta love this if you get it. I hope you do. Why else would I do it? So I'm gonna hold you accountable. See that? Because the end is gonna work out for both of us. So I'm holding you accountable. Absolute fucking Lee, man. I'm putting charges on you motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And depending on your behavior, oh listen, I'm putting charges on all of you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you gonna rip what you sow. And I go for everybody, man. Hey, it's not like I created the law, nigga. I know I gotta reap what I sow. Like shit. What makes you any different? I don't think so either. Oh, that's for everybody, nigga. That's for nature. That's for us. That's for the animals. That's all around us. Call it cause and effect, call it whatever the fuck. That relationship is always gonna be there. That's why you always gotta look at it from different angles. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, that's the true meaning of what polarity is. You understand our true nature, just like they say God is the Alpha and the Omega. Well, that's also your nature. You are the beginning and you are also the end. You are hot and you also cold. You are a good person and also a bad person at the same time. That's what we mean when we say nobody's perfect. But that really means no one is flawless. Because I want you to have a different understanding of what perfection is. Because when Jesus told you you got to be perfect as your Father in heaven is, and you better fucking be, what that is you have to become in harmony with your emotions, and the mental got to be in alignment. That's the yin and the yang. That's ma'at. That's having your heart as light as a feather. All that represents is a level of consciousness. Oh shit, it's raining out there. Yeah, it is. Anyway, so now I've been talking about the self, because I mean nothing. I mean shit, like unless if you possess, but if anything's gonna be done, I mean it's gotta be done by you, right? Hey, you I'm talking to. Niggas, you I'm talking to. Who are listening. If there's anything that could be done without you, please let me know. So when you're not using you, but you only use you from one perspective, you are hurting yourself. That's like you not putting the right size of shoes on. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you that's why you gotta know your size, dog. You gotta know what size you wear. If you don't know what size you wear, how do you think you're gonna get your perfect shoes, man? The perfect shoes is the shoes that fits perfectly, but not because in terms of flawless. So I want you to understand, sometimes a lot of us, that's why when I say perfect, for me, I understand you being perfect. It's you being fit. You fit for the job. Not because there's no good or right, not because there's not going to be ups and downs. No, and you just fit. That's why it's balance. When you fit, you fit. It's yours. It's for you. There's no hassle. There's no animosity over here, baby. We good. It can always work if we're gonna make it work. Listen, can always work if we gonna make it work. And I'm here to make it work. I'm the man for the job. How do you think I got here? What the fuck do you think I'm doing here? Listen, man, you got to know who you are. Of course. Oh, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. Get your medicines, man. So now, not only, so that's why we have to understand, because the whole inner journey, how do you go inward if it doesn't start with you? So for you to get in, even into the occult, or let's just say the dark side of you, I mean, you got to start acknowledging the physical self. That's all that is. But unfortunately, here's something else too. That's why you got to be critical for you to see things critically, or to you for you to speak critically. So, woo! That's why you got to be open to knowledge for you to be more knowledgeable, man. That's what you do when you're doing your meditations. When you open up your third eye, you are opening yourself up to more light. You are becoming more receptive. You are opening up a lot more, but that opening up has to do with you having a deeper understanding of who you are. That's the journey into you. That's the inner, that's the inward journey. I don't know how else to tell it. I'm doing my best, niggas. Fuck it. Every man has his limits. 100%. I just haven't found mine yet. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Of course, man. We all do. But when you find the Lord, man, my God, find your treasure, find your beauty. And that type of beauty is to be experienced, is to be lived so others can see it. And they could see now the divinity throughout your radiance, your actions. That's what makes me a religious man. I'm here, listen, I'm a divine spokesman. Or I'm here for these motherfuckers. And yo, that's the team I'm down with. Those are my dogs. Hey, you don't want to let them dogs out. Trust me. Those are the people I work for. Those are who are the people I represent. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of the light, of love and intelligence. Come on, man. This is the great design, which has to be operated by the great designer. Again, you've seen the connection. You, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna aim, you gotta stay with your target. If you miss your target, you're not aiming right. The aim and the target's got to be one. So are your emotions and your and your mental. So is your physical and the non-physical part of you. Then you become the Illuminati, the illuminated one, the enlightened one, the bright one, the shining one. That's why you're here, King. I'm taking you back home, man. Told you I was the man for the job. Hey, listen, man, no shame in my game. I told you I was the man for the job. I mean, I told him if I gotta come down, I gotta give him something they never seen before, and that's what you're gonna get. Again, that mysterious aspect of it. It has to be lived. It has to be experienced. That's the art. That's the connection. That's the flow. That's poetry. Flowetry. Niggatry. Just some trees. By the way, nigga, you good. You feel me? So now let's get into the self. So obviously, the acknowledgement of the self has a direct connection with the inward journey. That's why we encourage you as you follow in your dreams, as you allowing life to guide you with those feelings, those hunch that you have, those intuitive shit that is guiding you. You following those, which is part of you. You're going through a life transformation. That's what, let's say, I think Chris Rock was talking about going for a career or the shit that you love. They transform you. That's why you could, if you love whatever the fuck you do, you keep on doing it. You don't know where that shit's gonna take you, dog. Nobody knows. You just gotta follow it. At the end, I mean, there's gonna be light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what all of our ancestors, people that are telling you, what I'm saying, living your dreams, your Napoleon Hill motherfucker, like think great, whatever the fuck, all of that's coming into play. But it's revealing something a lot more in you that you're not paying attention to, which is your true essence and what makes you spirit, a living mind. Change your mentality, you got to change your life. Change the world, change yourself. What the fuck? It all comes down to you. Like I tell people, and I don't even argue with them. I tell them, yes. Is there a greater power outside of me? Yes. I believe in it. I believe in it. You can't just believe in me. I believe in it. You make God what the fuck God is. That's why if I'm Muslim, Jesus, fuck your Jesus, dog. Respectfully. It doesn't have to be war. I mean, shit. What you eat don't make me shit. That's all it is. And for you too. Especially if you're Christian. Buddha don't mean shit. Fuck these niggas. In fact, they need to become Christ. They need to become like you. So what the fuck are we talking about? What really are we talking about here? So at the end of the day, it's you. And if you don't factor you in, I mean, it's crazy because I mean that's what insanity is at this point. That's I can't even argue. I mean, shit. It's either you being emotional again, you don't have the clearest perspective. You're looking at it sideways. Again, that's all it's going to come down to. Because if you're not critical, there's no way in hell that you are going to think critically. I mean, it's been said. I'm saying it again. It's been said. I'm bringing the shit back to life, motherfuckers. Back to realities. You got it now? Back to life. Yeah, all that. And now I take you back to reality. You see what I'm saying? I mean, how do you disagree with that? I mean, I mean, and you will. It's not a question of how do you. You will because you're insane. That's what insanity is. Like you insane. Like you don't even see what the fuck's in front of you. And understand the reason why you don't see yourself like that because of the world that we're living in. We're looking at ourselves from a self-image perspective. That's why the world that you're living in here, my friend, is that is the design. Where in school have you learned about spirituality or where anybody made it normal? They made everything else normal. This is not part of the conversation. I mean, it's not like this is, I mean, now that's why this is the age is becoming more popular. But we all know, I mean, even now, nigga, I mean, now it's getting clouts. It's not even that, I mean, well, it's clouts now. You know, it's just another religious feeling, but it's taking place with spirituality now. You guys have switched technically dick suckers. You no longer sucking from Christianity because now it's been exposed in so many ways. Then you suck in this dick, but it's not because you have transformed and understand what's really taking place. That's what it means. Not everybody that say Jesus will be saved, or I can't recall how it was said, but you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean whatever the fuck. And what you're seeing is what I've been seeing in spirituality. It's a lot of clouds. So it went from sucking Christianity's dick into now the new dick to suck is just spirituality. It's a new norm. Like you could naturally wear your fucking dreads. Whereas if you asking me, this is a transformation. This is me connecting to my intuitive side. But to you, this is just a new style. This is fashion. You see what I'm saying? It has become fashion now. Again, we're not judging, but that's why you gotta go N word. Like I still make it fashionable. Oh, nigga, you can tell me that shit don't look good, baby. And yeah, I did it. It's me. If you're not convinced, I'll give you a second. Look again. Do you have a preferred side? Chris Butler. Please, hey, make your comments. Hey, have at it. Make your comments. Again, how do you motherfuckers win it? You know what I'm saying? My nigga Pop. West side. That's how we ride on our enemies. Huh? They didn't know. Scotty, Scotty didn't know. None of the Scotties knew. But they thought they knew though. Do you see what I'm saying? Gotta be careful, stranger. This is different territory over here, man. This is not for you. You have no business over here, man, at all. And it's gonna be shown. Like, listen, the beauty, the quality in this is speaking for itself. You see what I'm saying? It's listen. It's not even comparable. Right by itself, no, it's not even comparable. You'll be hurting yourself trying to compare this. And that's what you're doing. That's yourself, hey. I'm just saying. Essential signs, baby. Not at all. Mm-mm. This destiny is too heavy for you. You cannot switch this destiny. It's too heavy for you. You can't even carry your own crown, dog. That's why they telling you don't add up. And you still don't get it. Oh, you must be the dummy of the dummies. Hey, you don't see, you don't compare? All right, okay. I guess, you know what I'm saying? It's on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me, homie. That's how we ride on our enemies. All eyes on me. It's gotta be. Because this is the philosopher's stone, the precious stone. You didn't know. Scotty didn't know. But anyway, to my ladies and gentlemen, making the connection or going back to the original conversation, the self, however you like to put it, to reconnect. So you have to accept the self. Like a lot of us, it's by design that we don't have a self esteem because we were never trained to value you. So if you're not valuing you, how are you going to have self esteem? It doesn't work. That's why this is by design. It's not, what I'm saying, like the guys who murdered Extentacion killed them who flash money on Facebook. Now you may call it stupid. It is. But you also got to see the identity. You also got to see the lack of enlightenment. Because that's me, for me, that's how I show compassion. Because I see it from both sides. That's why I'm not judging. You're not quite there. I'm not blaming you. That's what that is. Like, I know you're not like me, but because you're not like me, I don't feel, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I see what stopped you. I mean, I got you. I mean, if you like. But I know what your problem is, dog. In other words, I got the answer for your problem. That's your medicine, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Mm, get your medicine, man. It's for you. You know what I'm saying? So again, acknowledging the self is very important, because then you would learn at this point, you would have to learn how to start nurturing yourself. But for you to start nurturing or that nurturing process entails not just you acknowledging the self, but now you taking into account everything that is being done by the self. Whereas in the past, you were not even listening to it. So, in so many words, and that's what you knew, then now you being born again as a child on this side, you're learning how to walk again. Then you being a born again. Because now at this point you understand there is more to you than just your dick and pussy. One day you wake up like, oh yeah, that's more than dick and pussy. Wow. Now that's deep. I mean, yes, yes and no. If you know your essence, that's not deep at all. I mean, knowing your essence ain't no deeper than that. So saying that's deep, I get it. It cuts you, it hits you a certain way, but you're not quite there yet, though. Because when you do listen, you become that life. Oh, listen, that's what makes it. This is for the living. This is a continual process. Listen, please listen to yourself. I just want you to take a minute to listen to yourself right now. You feel me? Oh man, this is a good motherfucking night. So now I've been talking about that because, as you can see, it's just a similar. I mean, it's a parallel road. You're part of your growth as you being more into yourself. Let's say you following your goal, not your goal, but your talent. You following your bliss. You following your calling, right? So as you're doing that, you're taking attendance. I had to take attendance. So as you're taking attendance, let's start there. I want you to really get what I'm saying. Because for me, I had to take attendance when the Andrew told me, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I know why I came here, man. I started making everything count. I mean, I gotta say it to you in all angles, nigga. Because I want you to see it from all angles. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing over here. But anyway, shit, I almost forgot what I was going to do. That's another break. Oh shit! At some point, we're gonna have to reload. Reload. You heard? No, but anyway, I mean, it's past an hour, so we're gonna. I'm gonna have to make a part two because this is dope, and everything that is being said had to be said. I haven't even addressed. But anyway, well, I got time. Let's make it 2 hours. Fuck it. It's gonna be the whole thing. But anyway, so now, as you can clearly see and start making a connection to a part of you that goes beyond what it looks like, then now you start, the whole thing of you becoming spiritual. I mean, that's what this whole shit is all about. Then at this point now, you start to meditate. You're doing that's what the work truly is. It's you waking up to who you are and taking attendance and accountability for your actions, for your gift, for who you are. In other words, I mean, it could be said in so many different ways. This is you being the sacrificial lamb to the God, or offering yourself to the universe. It could be said in so many different levels, but what this is saying is it's acknowledging a higher aspect of you. Niggas. I hope I'm not losing you. Listen, because at times we gotta talk some shit. Some shit gotta be talked about. Although everything is always that way, but you know sometimes it just. Mm, I know for me, you know what I'm saying? Because we sat among the elders and we loved the conversation. You know, from time to time, you gotta let a nigga know. And this is part of that's the therapeutic aspect of it. That self-expression, not just for you but for another. Because what you're truly doing for me, as I'm expressing myself, is you know what I'm saying, is planting the seeds or holding the mirror of wisdom. Again, it could be said and seen in so many different angles. Because you're the Christ. At this point, you have attained the highest level of consciousness. That's why, for me, I embrace the Sufis, Masonic, whatever the fuck. What the fuck not? Then you're not looking at yourself from different angles. So it's always going to be limited. That's truly what it comes down to. How you swag, yo, listen, it all comes through your swag, baby. I'm gonna let you know right now. Don't even waste your time. It all comes through your swag. Meaning, it's not how much you do, but it's how you're looking at it, and that's a world of difference. There's a white boy. He had Napoleon Hill. He said, "What is it? Think I always have a fucking issue with this book. Uh, hold up, man. I always don't remember this shit. I don't know why, but I always refer to it. It's a weird relationship. That's right. Napoleon Hill, nigga. We having Paul. Think and grow rich. God damn it. And it's so easy too. You probably were saying, nigga, just say that shit. Can you say it? Nigga, give me a second. I had to figure it out for myself. But anyway, but you know exactly what I was saying. Making a long story even shorter, because we're gonna, it's about that time. What this is also showing, oh my God. It's like I felt like there's a lot that's been said. Again, going back to our essence, to our nature. That's why changing your life, like your life, you know what I'm saying? It's out of your, like when he was telling you to think and grow rich. That's why in this book, he's giving you a different perspective. And the way he will give you that different perspective is by having interviews with different motherfuckers who was rich. Because I mean, obviously, you reap what you sow, right? Niggas that are rich, they have a lifetime, they have a lifestyle. It's a mentality. So this motherfucker, now, if you limit it, you may see it from just a perspective of him helping you to be rich. But he's doing God's work. But me being of God, I understand that. But I would call him a thief because he didn't say that was God's work. Oh, I'm putting charges on niggas. He knew what he was doing, but he was in public with it. Or maybe he didn't quite know. That's why either way, charges on that motherfucker. I got a whole listen. I've been granted this. I'm gonna do shit. It is what it is. So now the imbalance, the audacity. Come on now. You know, that's why this knowledge, you have to experience it. You have to be you. You know, what people are calling who they are is self image. They only concerned with what they look like or appear to other people. If you're concerned for what you appear to other people, then you do whatever it takes for you to look good. Sucking the dick doesn't matter. In fact, it's not even about sucking the dick. It's about looking good. Then you do anything for it at this point. So this motherfucker who killed Extentacion, it didn't matter they took a life because these niggas are not of quality. Because of quality, they would have acknowledged that. And when you see quality in you, guess what you're not gonna do? Why would I want to kill another motherfucker? Now, if you cross me, that's self-defense. That's something you did to yourself. But I'm not out there doing none of that. Now, when you come for me, hey, listen, this is self-defense, and I defend myself very well, extremely well, because I fuck with me. When it comes to me, oh nigga, you gonna get the work. That's why I told you to leave me alone. Player. But okay, well, okay. Scotty didn't know. Well, Scotty, this is non-stop. Ain't no going back from this. You started it, it's got to be finished. I will end it. There's no other way around it. Now, this is what the fuck it is. You must be crazy. I love this nigga way too much. Son, you violated the game. And it's the law, baby. You know what I mean? And you may say, where's the emotional part of it? Well, you knew better. You knew better. You were told not to. You knew you didn't do. You shouldn't do it. You said, "Fuck it." You were warned, dog. You know what I'm saying? And warning, just like anything else, is fair. Like this is telling you, nigga, if you step in the zone, the minute you step on it, but we gotta let you know when you step in this, ain't no going back. That's what a warning is. Then when you give it a warning, you said, "Fuck it." You step in it. It's not personal, dog. All I'm saying is fuck you too. And the way I fuck you too, you couldn't fuck me that way. That's all it is. That's why when people throwing rocks and hiding their hands, I don't know. It's not something I would take personally for me. I would take more pleasure when I stick. Yeah, if I have a knife, I gotta stick you in the heart and look at you. That's what I take pleasure. I make it count. What's the point throwing your hand and you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna did it work? I'm making sure it works. Mine is working. That's what makes me a winner. Listen, you right. You're always gonna be right. Cause I'm right, nigga. So going back to the self, going back to now you have to become conscious and cautious of how you're looking at you. Because the way that's why we say in spirituality and also in voodoo too, your God determine your action. Because you think money's everything, you do anything for it. But if for me, money's not everything, I'm not gonna do everything for it. Listen, guys, you are who you are. I'm trying to get you to wake up. I'm trying to get you to see it for what it is. I'm not telling you. I'm not convincing you here. Look at your life. What am I convincing you about? I'm not convincing you. They're showing you your essence. If I choose to become a 7 day Adventist, Saturday, right here, right now, has a different meaning for me. Now, I may not be conscious, I'm doing it for God. This is my religion. But my religion, because of my religion, because of maybe me not understanding, or maybe because of me understanding, that's why I tell niggas choose your God wisely. But if you don't understand your wisdom, then I might be, that could be blasphemy for you. Get it? That's okay. That's part of my mission. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, not everybody's gonna get it. Listen, hey, listen, man. That's why this is for the living. Not everybody has to get it. I mean, you gotta understand. You can only get it when you're ready to get it. Again, referring to your inner vision, to that consciousness. That's why when we talk about your intellect, it doesn't mean nothing. I'm not that it doesn't mean anything, but us spiritual beings, we go beyond our intellect. We understand both the limitation and how to use the intellect. That's why, in so many words, it's not personal. We know how to use it. And you gotta know too how to use it. And now you can talk about humanity because you understand who you are. Then humanity at this point is not even an issue because you know who you are. And that's how knowing thyself shall set you free. from material bondage, meaning the way you may look at yourself, the way you act. All of that are material bondages. If you don't see the God in you, then this is material bondage. Now you bonded to this reality. And that's what they call being lost. You lost because you don't know who you are. Again, I'm just giving it to you the niggas way. And that's what it means. That's why this is your life. Don't let the fancy, I mean, listen, I mean, there's a mysterious part of it too. I mean, it's all beauty. So you have to admire all different aspect of it, as I do. I don't see why not. Do you see what I'm saying? But the bottom line of what I'm saying here, though, is to see beyond the veil. Because if you do, you got nothing to worry about. That's knowing who you are. That's setting you free. That's that's everything. So let's wrap it up. So now we're talking about, so in so many words, where I was going with all of that is helping you guys to become conscious of you acknowledging yourself. But at the same time, as you are acknowledging yourself, then what you're doing also is like you having a better understanding of who you are. As you having that better understanding of who you are, that's what being born again is. You're purging yourself, you're becoming more energetic, but not in a sense of, full of life, energetic, like, you know what I'm saying? But energetic in the sense, you understanding that you're a living mind, you being able to see beyond the veil. It's Jesus saying, you know, you understand it's important for you to eat, to feed your mind as much as you feed your motherfucking ass. Then you understand it's not just going out for a dinner for at a restaurant, but also taking the time for you to educate your mind, for you to grow. That's what it meant. Like men cannot live off of bread alone, but of every word of God, whatever the fuck. Your understanding. Our nature, we are both physical and visible. We both gotta feed our mind just the same way we gotta feed our belly. You are the beginning, you are the end. You are the alpha and the omega. It's reflecting in your essence. If that's too strong for you to accept as being part of you, but guess what? You were created in God's image, flare, reflection. So somehow you're reflecting that reflection in this reality. How do you want it? How does it feel, my nigga? I gotta make a part two of this. Because everything that was said tonight is supposed to be said. And but also in addition, Spirit just, told me that too. So we're gonna make a part two of this. And that is pretty much the foundation or the baseline understanding and you trying because now all I was doing is you acknowledging yourself, seeing how important it is for you to acknowledge yourself. And then I also wanted to talk to you about self support because you're gonna have to support that, which I already have a recording on that. But that's gonna be part of part two, where I'm gonna summarize that to get you to open up to your inner child. But first, you got to know how to nurture yourself. And the solid understanding that we talked about when it comes to self image and self esteem, you have to understand that. You got to relate, you got to see it. In other words, you got to become conscious of that. It's already taking place around you. Again, someone who's toxic don't know that they're toxic. So when we're saving somebody again, or we're saving their lives, what we're truly implying is saving their spiritual consciousness. Yeah, so those Christians, these niggas are fly. Just say these niggas are fly. They're fly niggas. I think these niggas were pimps. Actually, these niggas were pimps. Because everything that came out of their mouth was so just like, come on, baby. Like, you can't go against it. You know what I'm saying? And that's some pimp shit. I'm just saying. And I'm saying this in so many different levels too. Well, to the great listeners, that's for you. Anyway, now going back for you to understand and acknowledge a deeper aspect of you when it comes to life. And that deeper aspect of you, that's what's going to get you to understand your essence. That deeper aspect of understanding, of you, that's going back home. That's you delving into yourself. That's the inward journey. And that's what's going to change this reality for you. Then at this point, although we were raised to keep up with the Joneses, because I know who I am, and there's a chain of action that's taking place. In so many words, have I am replacing different like from a self-blaming perspective. Now I'm adopting a self-care taking, or self or caregiver perspective of myself. That's what me taking accountability is. That's what me supporting myself is. A lot of people, let me say this, due to a lack of knowledge, they have confused who they are with who they appear to be. Now, they're not confusing it, but it's confusing in a sense because what they're saying is there are pretty much, there's no confusion, but the confusing aspect of it is that they are. I want you to understand that what I just said though, that was it was meant to say. But anyway, um, seeing a deeper side of you, because as you deeper, like that's why they say to the pure, all is pure. Because understand the whole consciousness shit has to do with you looking at it from different angles. But to the pure aspect of it, there is an essence, a perceiving part of you that could see shit beyond what it looks like. And that came with a level of vibration and understanding. Remember, for you to think critically, you got to be critical. So that self understanding that's taking place. So again, you how did I say to the pure, all is pure. To purge, that's why they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Again, this is revealing your essence. As it is within, so it is without. That's why even if you look at someone else as being beautiful, if they don't see it in them, what you say doesn't matter. That's why this is an internal job for everybody. That's why I can't save you. You can't save me. We all got to save ourselves. But the way we do that is through the mirror of wisdom. Like I already saved myself. I'm showing you the door, nigga. I'm good. That's the door. There's an element of surprise that I may not be able to explain to you because you got to go through it. And my experience were mine. But the bottom line is to get on that other side. And once you do, welcome home, baby. It's a whole different reality. That's you becoming cosmic. Oh, listen, it's mm, you know what I'm saying. So now, with all of that being said, guys, I think I'm gonna leave it here. So pretty much, we summarize. I definitely recommend that you see this part again before I come with part two, because part two now we're gonna build on the self support, but all of that stems from you acknowledging yourself, the self acceptance, and then now but that also entails, as you say, you have to open up, right? That's not you becoming cold after your heart got broken. That's you being a bitch after, what I'm saying? Because every kid, that's what we do with kids. We help them to be patient, to heal their frustration. Oh, sit down. I know you miss a hug from your dad. You didn't have to smoke that, suck that many dicks. It's, oh, you suck that many dicks. We understand. We're not here to judge. You just don't belong here, though. You can take all your dick sucking and everything else on that side, nigga. You don't belong here, dog. Not on this side. You know what I'm saying, player? But anyway, then I guess, we're just gonna leave it here. So pretty much so far, understand, like, cause where I'm going with this is for you to love the inner child. But first, you have to nurture the self, and you cannot nurture yourself without the self acceptance. First, you just gotta acknowledge yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how do you not acknowledging you? And then let's just say if you have a call, you got a devotion or a calling, however the fuck you like to call it, or your talent. It could be said in so many different ways, right? And then somehow it's urging you to follow that path. At the end of the day, it's gonna be your responsibility. Ooh, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just trying to get you to see the different destinies. And then that one, when you're not following yourself, there's no destiny in that at all. You already stopped. It's like you got stopped before you even begin. You know what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is failing. Let's just say you got hurt from love. You're not trying to open up. Well, guess what? You become rigid. If you're not gonna open up, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be vulnerable because you don't understand. You got hurt. You don't want to be hurt again. No, that's not life. I don't know what type of life you're living. Because if that was a reality, you will not be walking today. Because you crawled as a kid. You fell and it didn't work. And you probably tried a zillion times. Oh hell, more than 1,000 times. But you didn't even look at it that way. Either like it was what you had to do, either somebody had to hold your hand, but somehow you did it. That's a support system. So I help you pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to keep that in mind in terms of acknowledging the self. Because you got to take all of that into consideration. Because just like I was telling my man, right? Everybody, talks about talking about loving who they are. I mean, yes, loving who you are, it's you brushing your teeth. I mean, it's part of you brushing your teeth. It's part of you taking a shower. So in our society, most people tend to look at when you say you loving yourself, you took yourself out to dinner. That's part of it. But better yet, it's more than that. It's you, in addition to that, which is also part of it, but it's you going inward, addressing your early issues, doing the shadow work. So if you're not doing any of that simultaneously as you're going through this life, then you're not balanced. Or you don't understand your nature, because your nature at this point would be, you know, half human and half God, if you want to put it that way. Visible and invisible, if you want to put it that way. Good and bad, if you want to put it that way. But the bottom line is you're searing the polarity in your essence. In other words, you were born perfect. When it says you were born perfect, that's what it means. Do not lose your perfection. Do not lose your balance through time and through ignorance. Now you have separated your physical and your invisible self. Anyway, that's gonna be the message. We're gonna leave it here. We're gonna have part two. But anyway, guys, always remember. Hey, listen, man. If you think money's everything, then you do everything for money. Remember that. But most importantly, also remember, money is a bad master, very cruel master, but a very good servant. I want you to remember that. So if you're gonna fuck with money, make sure money's your bitch, not you being, money's bitch. Oh man, he's a bad master. Don't let it be your master. Let that motherfucker be your servant though. Oh my God, that's the best bitch ever. But most importantly, last but not least, always remember, for you to be you, nobody else could be around, baby. I don't give a fuck who they are. Listen, you don't give a fuck who they are. When you're gonna be, listen, you're always on stage, baby. This is recorded. This is the Akashic record. I shit. Ali.